Hello and hello. Welcome to the channel. My name is Miss Tyrabell in the building, and I'm here to do some readings. So I have 4 piles. Always note that readings are for confirmation of what your intuition is already telling you. Do not come to readings for answers. You should always follow your intuition first. And hopefully I can confirm what you are already feeling or guide you in a way that serves you. And if you hear anything that does not resonate or align, that is okay. This might not be your pile or your video, or I might not be your reader. So always listen with discernment and only take what resonates. Discard anything that does not resonate. I'm really excited to channel for you. Again, we do have 4 piles. Pile number 1 is this, is the Modern Witch Tarot. Pile 2 is Vision Quest deck. Pile 3 is the Thoth Tarot. And pile 4 is the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. Again, listen with discernment. Make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We would be happy to have you. And this is also more than a tarot channel. I film vlogs, daily vlogs, and it's also a shared channel. So make sure you check out our other content, and everything will be down in the description as well. Anything important will be down in the description if you want to learn more and stay a while. I am going to go ahead and jump into pile number 1. Let me just get set up really quickly. All right, let's get set up for pile 1. Hello and welcome to the channel. You selected pile 1, the Modern Witch Tarot, and I'm excited to channel for you. Someone might be buying furniture. I'm hearing sectionals. And also when you're around people, making sure that you're listening to your internal voice, because it might be telling you something important. It might be very hard to do, especially if it's rowdy or chaotic around you, but make sure you're tapping in with your internal voice and listening. So that way you're getting, like, I'm hearing divine messages, but you're listening to yourself, you're checking in with yourself, and it will help you be more confident in certain spaces. So the song that's playing is Dream Life by Jason Mraz. Dream Life of Rand something. Anyway, so the first card we have is the High Priestess. I want to say you're a natural when it comes to divination or guidance, intuitive guidance, connecting with spirit. I'm hearing self-awareness. Maybe you come off as very non-competitive or non-threatening because you seem to have a higher understanding or higher wisdom. This is paired with the Moon card as a clarifier. So the Moon can also symbolize mother, our own mother, our subconscious mind, our internal fears and emotions. So I want to say that you navigate dark spaces or dark times, dark circumstances very well because you're highly guided and highly intuitive. So working through the subconscious realms is really easy for you, I want to say. So Spirit is asking that you be multidimensional at this time. You may have some sort of gifts that you might be not sharing at this time, and Spirit wants you to share more of yourself. So show off your flavors, show off your different sides, different even personality traits. And maybe there's a lot of fear around doing so. It might be tied to a mother wound. So make sure you're lighting up the space that you're in by being your full self. I'm also hearing you're very charismatic. Whatever difficulty you might be moving through, even if it seems minor, it might be big for some. It might be creating a lot of fear of uncertainty. Even if you do feel very intuitive about it, it is coming to an end. There might be a lot of fears tied to past scenarios and people. All right, so we're going to move forward. So we have the Page of Cups. So even if you don't necessarily feel like the High Priestess, this can be, how you feel sometimes. You're learning to show up for yourself, and especially creatively and emotionally. So the Page is a beginner. It isn't the master just yet. And I think, whatever you do for work is tied to your romantic life in some way. And if it's not this, it's tied to some sort of childhood memories and or pleasure, some sort of pleasure, something that brings you emotional contentment in some way. So Spirit is reminding you to keep going, to keep charging forward. And I think that what you're looking for is reciprocity or equal exchange, especially when it comes to feelings and emotions. This pile is extremely emotional. And I almost said this person. So some of you might be dealing with the Page of Cups as well. If so, I see that you may be reconciling with someone from the past, a childhood friend, or just simply reconciling. And you wanting that equal and fair exchange. So whoever this page is, it could be you, it could be someone else, but the hard work is paying off. Whatever effort is being put in will pay off, even if you feel like a page. I think that this is tied to what you do as well. So we have this Four of Pentacles. And you might be clinging on to your finances and or sense of stability, security a little bit too tightly. So Spirit is like, trust that there will be changes, but also victory in this scenario. So if there is any action that you're delaying due to stubbornness, Spirit is like, you need to go for it. You need to take action because you will be recognized for whatever you're doing, or you will be celebrated in some way. You will be victorious. So the time is now. Time is of the essence. I also want to say that if you are considering other options in career, it is okay to consider other options. There might be a better option that has a better pay or a more fair exchange. Maybe because you are such a spiritually endowed person, you understand that how you treat people in the physical matters, even on a spiritual level, because our flesh doesn't always show the extent of what our soul knows and what our soul is experienced or capable of. What's up, Jaylee? I'm doing good. How are you doing? So that is something to, I want to say, pat yourself on the back about and be confident about. You're versed in the subconscious realm, in the spiritual side of things. You're well versed. And I think that this will give you the ability to pivot in the direction that you need to pivot into. Just don't cling on to anything out of fear of, it not working out. Take action at this time. Aw, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and move on to our oracle. Sorry, let me get everything situated. I created that thumbnail so long ago. I've literally been thinking about updating it, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll keep it. Okay, see, this is why I love doing oracle. It's going to tell you anything that I might have missed or not picked up, but it's also going to tell you just more details. It really makes me happy. It makes me feel like I'm bringing the message full circle. So for someone out there with that page energy in this reading, it might not be you. It might be someone apologizing to you, someone saying that they're sorry. If not, with that reconciliation energy, someone might be apologizing, but if not, you may be apologizing to someone else, but I don't think it's that way. I'm sorry, but I don't. I think someone is going to be apologizing to you for some sort of ingenuine behavior. So we have this apocalypsis. I hope I say this right. I'm probably not, but it's fine. For me, this is, if you follow my readings, this is the moving beyond any riddles, moving beyond any illusion, and the veil of deception dropping. So dealing with some, I'm hearing, devilish behavior, inconsistencies, or ingenuine situations, and then it could even just be emotional confusion, fear, and then coming into some sort of clarity or truth. So I want to say whatever confusion you may have been experiencing, this is the psychic protection card. So I want to say make sure that you are acknowledging that you are extremely sensitive to the energies and to really protect yourself psychically with the high priestess, especially if there's a lot of fear surfacing or if you're doing shadow work, not to identify with those energies and to shield yourself and to honor your shadow as well. So we have glamour. Into this mirror, I now see the realms of possibility. So that will make you more able to see what is possible in this time. So it's not too, we shouldn't use the shadow to dim down. We should use the shadow to, hopefully transform it and then be more clear and clear-minded to be more optimistic in the end. So this card is purple. This is that crown chakra energy, rerouting our thoughts. And it's not to seek perfection, but it is to hopefully, again, be open to feeling that limitlessness. So we have deep body massage needed and lie, dishonesty, and shady. So especially if you have past memories of dealing with shady people, our body keeps score, just like the book. So massages and things like this can help us relax our nervous system, but also move tension, blockages in the body. So if you're able to invest in something like this, it would be totally worth it. If not, also giving yourself massages with a gua sha or other lotion. So there is some sort of dishonesty. It's going to be made very clear. And to continue protecting yourself. This song, he just said, I've been in high demand. The London by Young Thug, J. Cole, and Travis Scott. So there's some sort of lie and dishonesty. I think this is kind of work related, but whatever you do for work, it's emotionally, you're involved emotionally. Protect yourself psychically so you can see how limitless you are, and take care of yourself in any way that you can. Any last messages, Spirit? This was a quick one. So yes, again, so we have lie, dishonesty, shady. We have this apocalypsis card. And then we have the psychic protection card. And the card that I just pulled out says false information. So if your intuition is telling you that there's something off, it is. And if there's action that needs to be taken, do take it. So think of any additional questions that might be lingering and pause this video if you need more time. I'm going to try to get you an answer. Always stick with what feels right. Your answer is to wait, and I think it's because you might need to pause and do a little meditation, especially protecting your mind and protecting, the way that you're viewing things at this time, because it may be skewed due to whatever evil eye, jealousy, false information is being thrown at you. So the answer is to wait. Hello, Nova. I'm glad that this is resonating. So we're going to move on to pile number 2. And I hope that this was helpful. Pile number 1, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I enjoy doing this work, and, I want to feel valued. It's okay. I want to feel valued. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, support the channel, share the channel. It really helps us, and it really shows that, this matters. Oh. Okay, I think these go here. Okay, moving on to pile 2. And if that did resonate, comment down below a clock, because you're going to take action at the right divine time. So, a clock. All right, I'm going to get set up for pile number 2. Thank you, Jaylee. And hello, Nova. Welcome. Okay. I'm gonna shuffle these up. Yes, I see the clock. Oh my. These came out again. I shuffled it pretty well. Do I need to reshuffle? Yeah. Let's try that again. Okay, this is interesting. Pile 2. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to the channel. The song that's playing right now is Broken Promise by Placebo, featuring Michael Stipe. So interesting energy here. You chose the Vision Quest deck. This is a really beautiful blue. I want to say watch what you're saying around people, because people are going to read into what you say, and what we say is a reflection of ourselves. Like, even if we're communicating to someone, we are communicating more than just what we're saying. So be aware of that. Not to make you overthink, but just be present. I want to say be affectionate, be confident, and relay the message. Like, be transparent, so that way it's like it's not coming out in other ways. Bravery, they're saying. Bravery. So the first card that you have is the 6 of Water, Pleasure. The first thing I heard was give it to God, and I wanted to take a huge deep breath. So comment down below, like the little air blowing out, like the air emoji, if that's how you feel right now. And I'm hearing that Drake lyric, something about 23 with a money tree, and then he says something else about like, and now my garden is enormous. So I don't know if that's the same song, but so this bowl is pouring onto all of these cups, and it's growing a garden beneath the cups. Pleasure. This card is normally about childhood memories, nostalgia, which can be good and bad, and reconnecting with old people, or kinship between a new connection that feels like a maybe ancient or past life type of connection. Here I want to say there are some sort of triggers that have to do with some childhood wounding, and so it is important to be discerning and to lay boundaries and make good choices at this time. For me, I feel like there is a lot of pleasure around you. Only take what resonates. So this could be in the form of options, romantic or friends, or you name it. Anything that brings you pleasure, there could be options. And it is important to be discerning. And the best way to be discerning is to be full, I want to say. To be fully yourself. And that way, people might write you off as like, she's this, she's that, or he's this, he's that. They might label you someone who seems guarded, but you're discerning. So when you are showing up as your full self, it makes you really magnetic, and sometimes not shrinking for people gives you more sense of authority and respect, and it shows you who is expecting you to shrink. So if that is tied to like a childhood wound, that is something that's being addressed at this time within your own personal work. So if you feel that sense of wanting to be a little sharp with people, it's because you are seeing something, and I'm hearing seeing something pleasureful, and maybe you're almost protecting your pleasure. And how you can continue to be authentic in this moment is to, again, be whole. Don't shrink down for people. It would be a waste of time, and you would bring a lot of good karma to yourself, especially if you endured something in childhood where that wasn't the case, where you weren't discerning. So this is building good karma for yourself. I think that this is something you actively do, but if that's not the case, then this is the advice. So cutting out any imbalances, but I think that there's some sort of cycle that's concluding around what I've just said. So the next card we have is the Seven of Excess. So again, about the options and not choosing the cups that, are fun temporarily, but maybe even pleasureful temporarily, but are not always the ones that can be long term, that can sustain us or even reciprocate the things that we need. I want to say that this does have to do with whatever you are focused on within your projects and or finances in this time. Something new is in your life, and the guidance is to not sulk too much, especially if there is a lot of newness at this time. And I want to say there's also a lot of divine guidance. So if Spirit's been communicating with you a lot lately, make sure you're paying attention and respond to your tests wisely. And I hate to think about things like this, but it is true. It's like Spirit will resurface old lessons so we can accumulate good karma. And I think that you are being tested at this time, and it is important that you respond wisely and prove that you've earned to be discernful and to experience pleasure in a, good way. And maybe acknowledge how that is tied to whatever newness is in your life at this time, especially within your projects or career. And then make balanced choices from that space of discernment. So whatever newness you are focused on is going to grow. And as long as you remained in that balanced state. So I see someone collaborating with others, working with others. This could be at work. Making sure that you're balancing effort with rest, and hopefully surrounding yourself with people that put in effort so you can rest, that value, you having time off, or, you doing your own personal healing work, or, you getting what you need. I'm also hearing to be very grateful at this time, for the seeds that you've planted. So if Spirit is asking you that you focus on this healing work, and it might seem annoying, it's important that you be grateful, especially if there's triggers or things that challenge your ego, your pride, things like this. And when those moments arise, though it may be difficult, try to choose the stressless path. Try to remember that you are blessed and things are growing. And if you feel like you've been in a recovery period, I almost said page, so a page in the book maybe, to kind of glamorize it and to know that your rest is also valuable and things can still get accomplished. So someone's eating chocolate before bed, and the chocolate that you might be eating is caffeinated, so it might keep your brain going. So making even just so small types of choices will improve your day-to-day life, So if you've been procrastinating investing into this newness, into this project due to some sort of emotional, things that are surfacing, especially if they're tied to childhood, be confident, choose to rise to the occasion and not to shrink, because you are, or you will leave whatever is stagnated at this time behind. And if you're intuitively being called to do so and to invest in whatever this newness is, listen. I just want to say listen. And also to be careful, because whatever it is that you're planting or you have planted is, I want to say it's necessary, it's valuable, it's important. And your ancestors are supporting this, and they are communicating with you regarding it, or at least trying to. And I'm hearing go where you're heard. So know that like collaboration is essential. And especially with people who communicate in a balanced way, you know? And I'm hearing someone say they know me by name. So like valuing who you are as a person is important. You might be also becoming very familiar within the space that you're in. People know you by name. So people's approach, your approach matters. How people approach things matters. How you approach things matter. Also, you don't want to be juggled in any way, made to feel like a second or third option. That is a red flag. So standing your ground is not a bad thing. If anyone ever made you feel like that was a bad thing, be confident in your decision making, because Spirit is condoning this. And, you know, some people might not like it, but those people probably aren't supposed to be in your business anyways. Okay. So yes, again with this childhood energy. So this card says, the burden of carrying your past has made you weary. Keep the lessons only. So again, building good karma by responding to tests wisely. Sounds silly, sounds annoying, but it's real. And building that good karma. So organization, purpose, planning, efficiency now comes easily to me. So again, some of you are working on something new or at a new job, a new project. So getting organized is going to be fairly easy within, I want to say, like towards the full moon, the next couple of weeks, if it isn't already. So investing your time and energy into this newness, to this project. So the Agape card reminds me of alignment. There's candles here if you're into any sort of craft, getting aligned, saying your affirmations, setting intentions, working your magic, but also just meditating and, you know, within yourself affirming what you know to be true. That is also alignment. Trust is also alignment. Prayer is also alignment. So this card is a card that basically names the three fairies from Sleeping Beauty. Some of you may be drawn to watch the Sleeping Beauty, one of the Sleeping Beauty franchises or movies. There could be some good themes within that to sit on. But she has the three fairy godmothers. They're her guardians. They protect her. They use their magic for good. They bestow blessings, protection, transformation. So just know that you have guides on the other side that do that sort of thing for you. And they are especially protecting you at this time, but it is that reminder that you also use your magic for good, even if it's simply, you know, setting the intention to, you know, do good for self and do good for those around you. So just know that you are protected at this time. You have Spirit very close to you. So we have celebrate everything. So you might have like tedious things to check off throughout the day, tedious errands at this time that might seem a little frustrating and or annoying. Take a deep breath and just trust that it's going to get easier. I want to say get grounded, especially with that organization card. Someone needs to feed their cat or take their dog on a walk. So then we also have courage. So just know that sometimes, you know, procrastination happens because we're battling that self-doubt. And once you've conquered that internal, you know, shadow work, you're going to feel that sense of courageousness. So alignment again, even if it's just like journaling, whatever you have to do to shift the vibes, do it. I also want to say yield to the red flags, especially if you can tell someone is lying or being deceitful, and then take action when you're feeling ready. Pause this video if you have any more questions that are lingering, and hold them in your mind. So think of anything that you might want to know, a yes or no question. The answer is yes, and it landed on courage. So once you're starting to feel more courageous, you'll start to feel that sense of relaxation and, knowing that you are blessed and that you are protected. So your answer is yes, pile 2. Comment down below a candle. And then earlier I said the air emoji. One of those two. If this was your reading and if this resonated. Balance, work with play. And I want to say, get ready to be very, busy. I want to say, getting things done, getting a lot done. I'm also hearing task rabbit, so don't be afraid to ask for help, I want to say. And don't micromanage your time. Maybe write out a list, then let it unfold, It might be debilitating to be too micromanaging to a certain degree. So find what works for you, But I want to say it's going to get done. Whatever it is, it's getting done. Thank you, pile 2. I'm going to set up for pile number 3. This song is so good. That's way too many. Come on. Way too many. Okay. Pile 3. Okay. The song that's playing is Sitting Up in My Room by Brandy, which is a really good song. If you haven't heard it, you should. You chose the Thoth deck. Welcome, pile 3. I'm happy to have you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Stay a while. Hang out. Okay, so I like to channel just a little bit before we get into it. I want to say this is like giving love reading, but it's also giving love yourself first, you know? For sure. So we have completion. Some of you might be in some sort of like arena where there's like competition, but it's like within a arena, you know what I mean? It's like sanctioned competition in some way. So for me, it's coming through as dance competition because I'm a dancer. But you take it how it resonates. It's a competitive sport, alliance, allegiance. I don't know. Something. I'm also hearing bottled up emotions. And if you have bottled up emotions, making sure you're writing them down to validate them because they matter. Even if you can't share them or if you can't be open about them, they matter. And that's how you remind yourself, your inner child, that they matter. And you can't be scared of how you feel. It's not helpful. It's not helpful. Okay, anyway. So this song, she just keeps saying, sitting up in my room, back here thinking about you. I'm just a mess with a thing for you. So clear the room, write it down, air it out. So we have completion. There's some sort of cycle that's completing, and it's going to bring you harmony, happiness, celebration. This could also be within this change of the season, so Aries season might be important. Now Kevin's Heart is playing by J. Cole. I said this was a love reading. It's giving Valentine's Day. So I want to say higher commitment is on the brain. And I think what's interesting about specifically marriage is that the actual ceremony is great, beautiful, special, meaningful. But being in a marriage and the act of getting married are two completely different things. This card is also about marriage, but it's more about the ceremony aspect, the coming together, the unity that happens when someone gets engaged or married physically at a party, at a ceremony. So I think pile 3, you're contemplating roles and roles within relationships and the long-term concepts of those roles, not just the celebration. Some of you have just gotten married, but some of you are just coming together with someone, or this is what you want. So I want to say that you're contemplating roles, and even if you're still if you're contemplating a girlfriend boyfriend scenario, say you're not in a relationship, for example, you understand that there can be love games that happen in that lower tier of commitment because it's not true commitment, right? It is essentially where we're test driving the other person. And so if this isn't something that you understand, you're beginning to understand that especially certain labels or superficial things within union are not supportive to the long-term outcome or relationship. So there's some sort of cycle that's concluding, some sort of harmony that you're stepping into, and I want to say shift of mindset, some sort of healing work that's happening that is helping you be, I want to say, grateful for your boundaries, and that you don't really settle for much, because being girlfriend boyfriend with someone, you could be someone's girlfriend boyfriend for years and it not amount to much. You can have the ceremony of a marriage and it not amount to much, but you could actually be in spiritual union or true commitment with someone and that amount to a lot and it be pay off in a really major way. So I think especially if you're feeling extremely passionate at this time and open, this is something to contemplate or that you may already be contemplating. So I want to say, along with this completion of this cycle or union, there's a shedding of the old self or old ideologies in order to be reborn and to see something in a new way. This is the death card. So there's a little bit of shedding happening. And through this process, Spirit is trying to teach you that whatever you lose, you are meant to lose, and to be grateful for the process. Because you either A, gain more, or B, it just simply can't be taken away. It's just being transformed into something better. It either can't be taken away or it is being transformed. So that's what you should be learning at this time through this transformation process. I want to hear grieving process, especially if you're already in a relationship and it's going through a death and rebirth cycle. So maybe you are someone who loves really hard and you really want something that's going to last, right? And even within scenarios where you are married, your marriage will go through endings and beginnings, death and rebirth, people changing and shifting, shedding old versions of yourself, old ideologies, grief. It will go through grief. So through all of those ups and downs, it is important to remember that I could just keep hearing be grateful, but that sounds redundant. And the best way I could describe it is like anything that is given to you by the Creator, by God, can only be taken away by God. So if it's love that you're afraid of losing, you have to know and trust that love will be returned tenfold. So I want to say something's in a new beginning. It could be like you're working on your material realm at this time. You feel like a bit of a Knight of Pentacles. You're feeling like you're being determined, diligent, slow moving, maybe moving through some sort of transformation. And whatever you're accumulating, it's going to be solid. And I think you know that, but maybe you just need this reminder, right? So really be proud of everything that you've already endured and transformed through, and your scars. But it is time to release a little bit of the stress. So this is the luxury card, 4 of Cups. So maybe you want to feel that sense of luxury, contentment, but maybe there's also a little bit of past lingering energies, memories, people, even relationships, situationships that keep you emotionally kind of stuck in, maybe even in the past. So right now, if there's something on your mind and you were looking for a yes or a no, right now is the answer is no. So especially with this being the luxury card, if there was something, you wanted to happen within finance, maybe the answer right now is no. And the reason being because whatever it is that you were asking for, maybe there's not enough interdependence or independence. And you're learning to cultivate that independence, to be magnetic to that luxury. And to be magnetic to that luxury, to embrace independence, you have to also embrace whatever trauma you've endured or scars you've endured or transformations that you've endured. Really closing the door on any past sad memories. Easier said than done. But why? Why would I want to do that? It's because, again, when these seasons change over, when things start to shift, you're going to come into a sense of contentment. It's not here yet, but it's going to happen. You might be experiencing a lot of triggers at this time as well. So let the trigger push you towards more self-love, self-care, self-adornment, building up, feeling magnetic to whatever luxury it is that you're searching for. Some of us, it's just like being open-hearted and being vulnerable with someone. It's like very simple. and having that trust that things will work out. So yes, this Four of Cups, but like after we've done a little bit more self-love work. So right now the answer is no. So here we go. We have the Hermit. So taking time out for yourself in isolation, getting acquainted with your inner voice, listening to your inner self. I want to say some of us are going back to school, or you're studying something that you care about, or you're just learning an important spiritual lesson at this time. It has to do with any sort of like self-sabotage, poor decision making, bad habits. I want to say even fear-mongering, giving into fear, self-neglect, anything like this. So there are surprises here. I want to say especially within the area of love. There are very happy surprises. Right now you might be experiencing triggers that are trying to push you to evolve spiritually. and hopefully it would push you to steer clear of settling in any way. That you would look for love that is playful and provide you a safe space to be who you truly are. So that's where the self-love is necessary. So you might be feeling a little like up in the brain right now. You might be really communicative at this time, or feeling a bit of ambition at this time. So whatever you're feeling ambitious towards, there will be some sort of adjustments. And once those adjustments occur, there will be justice. So there's some information or answers coming to you either through dreams or within your isolation. And it's regarding some sort of difficult ending. I really want to say self-sabotage due to some sort of like emotional turmoil. So if you're backed up emotionally, it is going to hold you back. Let's get some oracle. And I'm also hearing Be Yourself. The song that's playing now is Venus as a Boy. And then she's saying, he believes in the beauty. He's Venus as a boy. I'm also hearing steer clear of drama or nonsense. And they're like, you know what we're talking about. So, steer clear of the drama and the nonsense. I'm also hearing sanctity. I'm hearing sanctity and perversion, and they feel like a coin. And also don't drown out Spirit's messages towards you, you know. It only hurt yourself. It will only hurt yourself. Spirit really wants you to listen. So you guys are looking for long-term commitment. It's been here through and through. Not just within love and relationships, but within your health, your well-being, your eyesight. You want clear eyesight through later years. You know what I mean? Like you guys are that pile. Maybe very wise. So we have wisdom on a Wednesday with a waxing moon. Let wisdom come and be renewed. Sorry. So I want to say you're navigating maybe some difficult things, people, places, thoughts. And it's important that you lean towards the wisdom rather than the fear or the shadows, or like that's where the self-neglect comes in. Choose your wise woman or wise man within. This other card says crown might slip but it never ever fall. Comment below if you know who says that. But this card reminds me of the Phoenix rising. So especially through your transformations, that's what you should be learning, is like, I always bounce back. Someone could work with white Tara for health, healing, and longevity if that is important to you, especially within love. If you want your relationship to be healthy, long-lasting, and healing. Especially if you want to remove obstacles as well. It's going to help you use your mental energy in a way that helps you feel perceptive of the future rather than fearful. So working with white Tara, or at least understanding who she is, will help. So we have the sustainer. This is why you want something long term. It's because you are made to work with your hands. You are made to cultivate. You're made to sustain. This is something you're really good at, and you know that about yourself. Okay, I was going to say it, but this Hermit card has something on it that reminded me of something else. Well, let's take it the next step, actually. This has this little egg on there, the cosmic egg. And then this is the womb. So the womb can also be that phoenix rising energy, because once we're back in the womb, we're in the darkness and we have to be reborn and start fresh and start new. So we have this womb energy. I want to say planting proper seeds is important, if you know what I mean. And nurturing those seeds, sustainer, is important. And if you care about yourself, you're going to care about what you plant, you know? And I'm hearing what you plan. You're going to care about what you plan. This is also the red root chakra energy with a little bit of that sacral and solar plexus energy. And I'm hearing catering to it. So then we also have the mystic. So that's that white Tara energy. Clairvoyance, understanding, embodiment. I'm also hearing enjoyment. So some of you guys are wise old souls. You're just going through something right now. You're cleansing and you're clearing right now. Pause this video if you need more time to think of a question, anything that feels unanswered or lingering in your mind at this moment. Hold it in your mind, the question, for a yes or no answer. The answer is yes, and it landed on the womb. So we have the regret card to clarify this yes. So there may be some regrets, and either that energy is lingering within your womb or your root chakra. So we have the energy of regret. Make sure you're opening up, especially if you're getting a new shot at love or a new chance. Some of you guys might have had like miscarriages or something to this degree. So the answer is yes. Clear out the energy of regret. Clear it. And make sure you're, focusing on the breath at this time. Taking time out of your day to like breathe, connect, slow down. Okay, thank you, pile 3. You guys were the longest pile. Comment down below a butterfly if this resonated. Butterflies are also in the shape of something within the brain. I can't remember off the top of my head, but also our sacrum is kind of the shape of a butterfly. Our hips and the hip bones that protect our lower spine, our little tail down there, is in the shape of, actually it protects our womb as well. It's in the shape of a butterfly. Okay, last pile number 4. And this card just almost popped out. Pile 3, if you're still listening. This is the wish fulfillment card. So it might feel like difficult work, these transformations, this isolation, the seed planting, the nurturing. but it's gonna pay off. Stay wise. Stay wise and listen to that inner voice. Let's go pile 4, our last pile. Last but never least. Everybody's going through like deep spiritual lessons right now. Like, what? Hello, Soul Tribe. I'm right here with you. It's crazy out here. It's brutal out here. Okay. Wow. Twice. Wow. Alright, pile 4. Let's get into it. Again, that card. Because of Rose. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Your song message is "A Rose is Still a Rose" by Aretha Franklin. Thank you for being here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. You chose The Nightmare Before Christmas, and we're about to get into it. I have a lot of messages for you here. I want to say make sure you're embracing your ideas at this time, like your ideas, not other people's ideas, because I want to say you are someone who is very supportive of others. So support yourself at this time. Don't mismanage your time, procrastinating, overthinking, because there is some sort of information that Spirit wants to deliver to you, and once you get that information, I think it's going to be time to take action. Okay, so you have the 8 of Wands here first. For me, this is like a communication travel card. So I want to say you might be communicating with someone that you have a sense of kinship or pleasure with. I almost want to say abundance with as well. Someone you share a sense of, like, the best way I can describe it is kinship. You might know this person from your past life or from a past, just the past, like childhood. So you're moving through some sort of initiation with Spirit, and it's important that you stick with it even through times of difficulty. But I do see that things are going to be moving very quickly. You might be traveling, and you might be communicating with someone very soon. And I want to say when you do communicate with this person, you're going to feel as though, whatever you've been pursuing at this time is, worth it, or you might feel worthy because of how this person reciprocates or reflects things to you. I want to say there is some sort of vampiric or draining circumstances surrounding you, or recently. So Spirit is affirming that whatever that was is very draining and is intentionally trying to steal energy from you, especially if it was deceptive or that person like intentionally was lying. So I want to say remain confident, especially within your communication. Know that you're moving through some sort of initiation, and I think whatever is about to play out next is going to make you forgive yourself, especially if you gave in to someone's like fear mongering, gaslighting, deceitfulness. And then also maybe hopefully make you feel like more courageous, and that it was worth whatever that was. Like everything's been worth it. So if you've been manifesting something, it's like it's going to show up fairly quickly. I do see that it involves connecting with someone else. So we have the Hermit. There is something that you are cutting out at this time within your hermitude, and you've decided that it isn't a good idea. So back to whatever was deceitful, maybe it was rude or condescending in some way, and it was definitely trying to take your power. I'm not gonna lie, that's how I'm feeling it. So if within your solitude or hermitude you've decided to cut something out, that it's not a good idea, and to take a new risky path, even if that involves moving or moving on, or stepping into the unknown, be confident in that decision making, because especially with the Hermit, it's spirit led. You've thought about it, you connected with God about it, you know what to do now, you know it wasn't right, and you know it wasn't good. Whatever it wasn't good. So be a bit of a fool, remain playful, lighthearted, and just take the next step, the next guided step. Especially if spirit is calling you in a new direction, have faith over fear. So we have this Queen of Pentacles. This might be someone else that you need to forgive. A Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, female. Doesn't have to be, but this is the Queen of Pentacles. So there might be someone that you're forgiving and quickly moving away from. I won't say also trauma. There might be trauma around a feminine figure. This could also be a mother, someone who would have cooked you dinner, took care of you, nurtured you in some way, provided even, with this Queen of Pentacles. So there's someone that needs to be forgiven. And I think it has to do with the way that they showed up, especially if the way that they showed up for themselves and for others was draining and depleting. And especially if they expect that of you. So I want to say you have some new energy coming in. It feels romantic, but it can be friendly. It could also be friendly. An acquaintance. It could also be someone that you feel is either you're reconnecting with them, or you are, they feel like someone you've known before. And then there's also a lot of forgiveness work around this feminine figure, this Queen of Pentacles. Doesn't feel like you. It feels like someone else. And again, do not overburden yourself at this time. If Spirit is showing you that something is not a good idea, don't partake in it. You do not have to spread yourself thin. Things are going to work in your favor. And you have to really surrender and let everything be what it's meant to be or supposed to be. And especially if this is like a feminine that is around you that you're forgiving, even if it's not a mother figure, it might be even a friend or a colleague or someone who has an air of sophistication, but a lot of their knowingness about the 3D realm is rooted in a lot of like lust or temptation. So it's time to pivot and learn what you're meant to learn in this scenario and move forward. Okay, so let's let's get our oracle before we finish up pile 4. The song that's playing now is No Rules by Kyle Dion. So I want to say if, this person that you're forgiving had a lot of rules that created a lot of stress and burden or overextending, that's not gonna fly. Chance the Sun Dragon, London. Yes, this Chance London, this energy is super heavy. I've been getting a little bit of like headaches. They're not like full on headaches, but they're just like kind of there. Have you been having that? But this energy is definitely sending me as well. And I'm happy to have you here. I swear you've been here before. Happy to have you back. So again, they're just stressing pile 4, forgiveness is key. And another thing could be as well, if this person watches the news, there might be someone around you that watches the news, or you may be watching the news a little bit closely. That can affect, your vibes. So I want to say stay away from overly concerning yourself with what's going on in the world. Try to stick to a moderate amount. Pile 4, you might want to listen to another pile. I won't say which one, but if you're called to another one, go for it. Check it out. I'll update the timestamps once I'm no longer live anymore. Okay, so we have sensuality on the bottom of this deck. I won't show it, but the card that came out is beauty. So I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. So again, this is about not over giving, over sharing, spreading yourself thin, or doing too much. Right now, it's about shining what's within and knowing that you are divine, okay? Knowing your value. So surrender any people-pleasing habits at this time and honor your internal and external beauty. Pretty privilege. Get into it. People don't want you to, especially sometimes as women, they don't want you to utilize, your beauty, but that is also a gift from God. Might not resonate with everybody, but that's something I've learned for myself. Don't dim down, don't people please. So we have the sustainer. You might be really good with your hands. Someone may knit, sew, or do something creatively with their hands. So make time for the things that bring you pleasure, but also, tending to your garden, tending to yourself with the sustainer energy. Don't just give this hard work away for free. Make sure you're sustaining things that make you happy, and I want to say take action, even if that means you have to isolate yourself and be confident in whatever you're putting your hands on this week, within the next few weeks. So again, I was saying that you might be reconciling with someone, and so there could be a past romantic partner circling back. If you're not down for that, block it, leave them on red, do what you got to do. But if you're open to that, yes, I'm seeing that the energy is there. Beware of miscommunication or childish communication from anyone at any time. Don't let anybody steal your energy, and don't indulge in any gossip, complaining, or ridiculing, I want to say. So beware of miscommunication, childish communication, and maybe a little bit of even frustration. So if you're giving into any feeling of heartache or overthinking, you may lend towards, indulging in that miscommunication. You should be focused on your projects because there's some sort of blessing en route. Also, with whoever you're connecting with on a romantic level, a date, there might be a date, some sort of courting going on. So you're either, if you're masculine, courting someone else, or if you're feminine, being courted, going on a date. Anything else, Spirit? It says breathe in peace and breathe out blessings to all. So there is some sort of good news or blessing within this scenario, and it is important like how you communicate to others. Like, don't indulge in the messiness, gossip, childish communication. It might be the easy road, and it might also be tied to some sort of past issues. Don't do it. Don't do it. Whatever you're doing for work or whatever you do creatively is so important. It shouldn't be worth that, risk. It shouldn't be worth it, especially if people are trying to steal your energy. Focus on your magic. Focus on trusting in yourself and in your magic at this time. Think of a question. Think of any question that might still be lingering in your mind. And pause this video if you need more time. And they're just saying like being overly critical will not serve you at this time. The answer is yes, and it landed on blessings are en route. So don't be surprised if someone hits you up and says that they want to get dinner in a movie or, go stargazing or something. I don't know what you guys or gals are into. So be patient with the process. And I would say really don't complain at this time, because again, there's some sort of good news or blessing, and I don't want you to fumble it. So breathe. You won't fumble it. You're not going to fumble it. Comment down below a rose for this beauty card if this resonated. A red rose. I want to say also re-listen to this, and again, pick another pile if you feel like there's more. Thank you for being here, and I hope that this did resonate. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You're not going to want to miss out. Check out my last vlog down below. Let me know what you think of other content that we have here. And if you're coming from this video and this pile, comment a red rose on some of my other videos, and that's how I'll know it's you. And let me know what you think. Thank you again, and I will connect with you guys very soon. Peace.